Hi everyone, Dr. Nicola Ducharme here. So how is everybody doing? I know it's very, very unusual times. It's very strange times. Everything feels so weird in our world. And so I hope that everyone's hanging in there and just doing the best they can in this very, very bizarre period of time we're in. So today I wanted to give you a few natural remedies that can help with feelings of stress and anxiousness and tension and sadness and all the feelings that are so natural to come up right now. So I wanted to give you some sort of general tools. And again, I'm going to just talk in terms of ingredients, not specific products, because I want it to be something that, you know, if it resonates with you, you could maybe find it in a local health food store or order it somewhere locally. So last week I talked about different remedies for immune strengthening and immune function, like vitamins and minerals and things like that. So today I'm going to focus more on like the stress related part. Like, how are you feeling? How are you holding up? And I can tell you for sure, I mean, this week's been a little bit better, but last week I was an anxious mess. And by the grace of God, I don't suffer from anxiety or depression, but this is just very, very unique situation. And so it's completely natural to be feeling this way, to be feeling stressed, to be feeling uncertain, to be feeling fearful, to be feeling anxious, to maybe be having trouble sleeping, to having the racing thoughts, all of that. I mean, I feel like the only thing that saves me is just, you know, we're all in this together and we'll all get through it together. But here are some sort of just general simple things that can help. The first thing that comes to my mind is magnesium. So magnesium is a mineral that has many, many, many uses within the body. But as far as the nervous system goes, it's calming. It helps to relax smooth muscle, but it helps to calm the nervous system as well. So taking magnesium, especially before bed, can just help relax the body, help relax the mind, help with sleep quality. And it's a good tool to use right about now. Now, the caution with magnesium is it can be helpful if you suffer from constipation. So some people actually will take it at night to help them have a bowel movement the next day. So you want to be careful of that, because if you take too much magnesium, you might get a little bit more than you bargained for the next morning. So start with a couple of 100 milligrams. And you can take magnesium during the day as well. I just always think of it as kind of helpful for sleep. So start with a couple of 100 milligrams and go up from there, but it can be very good for relaxation as well. In the same token, Epsom salts baths can be good for relaxation. Epsom salts are magnesium sulfate. So you actually do get some absorption of magnesium when you do an Epsom salts bath, and it can help to calm and relax. The second thing I want to talk about is B vitamins. So B vitamins, again, like magnesium, I mean, they're cofactors for so many different reactions within the body. What's important about B vitamins is they get eaten up quickly during times of stress. Okay, so when your body and your mind are under stress, you're going to metabolize more B vitamins. Therefore, your need is going to be higher. So it's not a bad time just to get on a B complex, just a variety of different B vitamins, just to make sure your levels are topped up. You don't want to take too much of one B group without the others, because things can get out of balance then. So just a good broad spectrum B complex. My preference would be to have methylated B12 if it has B12 in it, methylfolate, P5P, like really the active kinds of B vitamins. But just a good solid B complex will likely help you during these stressful times anyway. Another one of my favorites, and this has always been a favorite for anxiety, is something called GABA. And GABA is an amino acid, and we have GABA receptors in the brain that are very calming. So GABA is something that we do produce in the brain. It's what we consider a neurotransmitter. So we have two calming neurotransmitters. They call them inhibitory neurotransmitters. GABA is one, and 5-HTP is another one. So we can directly supplement with GABA, and I find that to be really helpful for calming anxiety. We have one in our office called 200 milligrams of Zen, right? That sounds perfect right about now. Anyone want 200 milligrams of Zen? So a GABA support can just help take the edge off anxious feelings. And it's actually really safe to supplement with GABA. So it's pretty easy to find. We had another one. There's a derivative of GABA called Phenibut that works beautifully. It's a little harder to find. The FDA did restrict it. We have a couple of sources. We have, one source that I know of left. But anyway, even just GABA is good. And there's a brand called Source Naturals. They make a chewable, peppermint, I think, or orange flavor. And so that's pretty quick acting. So you can just take them sort of as needed. It's not something you have to take every day, but if you're really struggling with what's going on right now, you may want to consider taking GABA every day. The next one on my list is 5-HTP. So I mentioned a couple of minutes ago that we have two calming brain chemicals. GABA is one, serotonin is the other. So 5-HTP is an amino acid that the body uses to create serotonin. Right? So you can supplement with the raw materials to have your body make more serotonin by itself. So as opposed to an antidepressant medication, which is like a lot of them are SSRIs, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, and they work by stopping serotonin being thrown away. They stop it from being kicked out and they keep it going through, recycling over and over again. However, those medications can have some side effects. Now, there are people who have clinical depression who rely on those medications. So by no means am I saying if you're on an antidepressant, just stop taking that and start taking this amino acid. No, don't get me wrong, that's not what I'm saying. But if you are not taking an antidepressant medication and are feeling stressed or feeling down or having trouble sleeping, 5-HTP can be a good support. It's pretty readily available. If you guys hear any of these and have trouble finding them locally, reach out to me. We do carry some of them, but the whole point is I'm trying to give you tools that you can find without being specific products that you have to order. So 5-HTP is great. Now, generally speaking, we have people take about 50 milligrams twice a day, except for sleep. Before bed, even up to 200 milligrams for sleep. But too much 5-HTP can be sedating because serotonin actually converts to melatonin. Don't know if you knew that. And so it can actually make people sleepy, which can be a good thing, but you wouldn't want to be taking 5-HTP all day and then a double dose at night. That would likely be too much. Now, remember, I said if you're on an antidepressant medication that has an influence on serotonin, don't take additional 5-HTP because too much serotonin is bad. There is something called serotonin syndrome. And so you don't want to have an antidepressant medication and take 5-HTP at the same time because that could put you over the edge and out of balance, and that wouldn't be helpful at all. So far we've talked about magnesium. So I've said like maybe 300 to 400 milligrams a day. Different people have different tolerance for that. B vitamins, just a good B complex. Doesn't have to contain really super high amounts of the different vitamins, just a good comprehensive B complex. They can't go too far wrong with that. GABA, we look at usually about 200 milligrams twice a day. 5-HTP, I talked about like 50 milligrams twice a day, or 200 milligrams before bed. Either or, not both. So then there are a bunch of herbs that are very calming. We call them nervines. They're very calming. They support the nervous system. And there's a bunch of them, but a couple that come to my mind. Chamomile is a really simple one, and you can make a great chamomile tea. Passion flower. Valerian is a good calming herb as well. Some people take valerian for sleep. So again, with all these things, you don't want to be too dopey during the day. You got to figure out like a bit of a balance of how can I help myself feel calm without then, sedating myself or making myself dopey. So there's that sort of fine line there. Yeah, passion flower, valerian, kava. There's a number of different herbs that are very calming and just, soothing for the nervous system. The other thing I love is essential oils, and a couple of the big companies put out different blends that are helpful. I know doTERRA blends, so I know Serenity is excellent. It's like a lavender base. Balance is one of my favorites, and I use it all the time. And that can be done topically, and you can do that with kiddos too. Or if you have kiddos that are really stressed out by the end of the day, you can put a drop of lavender and maybe a drop of vetiver or a drop of ylang-ylang in their bath water, and some of it will absorb and it will help them to feel calm. Copaiba is another one I really like, and vetiver I find very helpful for sleep. So if you're up late, worrying about things, maybe just even starting with trying some magnesium before bed. There's actually a really good one too called Natural Calm. It's a powder. It's widely available in health food stores. Otherwise, forms of magnesium I like are glycinate and citrate in terms of absorption. So there's a wide range of things on the natural spectrum that can help, and certainly drawing on them. I mean, in these crazy, unusual times, we have to do everything that we can, everything and anything. And so, obviously if you're taking a bunch of medications, or if you're taking psych medications, you would want to check with your doctor first. But I just know that these things can be really helpful. And obviously there's a whole other category of, meditation and mindfulness and like EFT. And I'm hoping to bring you a workshop in the next week or two to teach people how to do EFT. I have a friend and a colleague who that's her thing. And so I'm trying to partner with her and set that up, because I know a lot of people just need tools right now that are free, that are easy, that we can all do at home. And, we just got to get through this thing. So hopefully that was helpful for you. If you have any questions about anything that I, talked about, feel free to ask in the comments. If you have any trouble finding specific products or ingredients, reach out to me. Or leave me a comment as well of what you find the most helpful for you in terms of feeling calm, managing stress, whether it be a practice or a natural substance that you take. Wine, obviously wine. So that's a given. And I realize that some people have to go to more, pharmaceutical options of benzodiazepines and things like that to calm really severe anxiety. And I understand that, but those medications do come with their issues. So I thought if I could just put out some natural, easy to find hints, that might be helpful for you as well. So I'm thinking of you all, and I wish you all the very best. I will see you again very, very soon.